But if you don't watch movies because they're in black and white or a different language, I'm going to say hello everyone with the Continuity Crew. I'm Will.
I'm Buddy.
That's when. And today we've got another episode of the Big Feature Film Review. We're going to review Belfast. And came out, I think the official release date is the 12th. We did get to see it a little bit early, so this may come out before the movies
same day or
come out.
Yeah.
We'll see though. But Belfast, let's get the plot. Well, hold on before we get the plot. Subscribe. Thank you. A young boy and his working class family experienced the turmoils of the late 1960s. This is set in Belfast, Northern Ireland, and it's this conflict between the Catholics and the Protestants.
Wow, something about the 1960s. It's not in America.
Yeah,
we've been getting that a lot lately.
Getting into the review and stuff of this, I like seeing another part of the world.
Yeah,
it was nice.
It's refreshing.
It's like, oh, there's stuff outside of America. No way. Yeah. And so I really enjoyed that about this movie. But it follows like I said, this family, and they, instead of kind of siding, like, which one was the rioting ones? The Protestants were going after the Catholics. Yeah. But instead of siding with either one, they're like kind of, I'm a bystander. I'm not siding. I just want to have my kids, my family, like the adults. Part.
Imagine like the leftist and the rightist fight, and then like there's a middle who are just like enjoying everything. But this time it's opposite in this movie where everyone's kind of suffering from it.
And then it's like, oh, but if you don't join, we're gonna get you.
Yeah.
So, I don't know where to start with this movie. What do you got, man?
I think what I'm thinking, the way I think of this movie is literally just religion. So, because like you mentioned this earlier, you were talking about how, what was it? You're talking about how, what was it? Race? No, it was political.
Immigration.
Immigration. Yeah, I just kind of saw this movie. It's just like, yeah, this is what sometimes religious people do.
And
at least back in the 60s. I don't know nowadays.
I mean, it still happens in like the Middle East. I mean,
yeah,
that's
sure.
Kind of like why Jacob's family had moved.
In a sense, I was just kind of like thinking like this is a weirdly wholesome movie about religion.
A little bit. This movie is very wholesome. It's very
tragic and wholesome.
Yes.
Tragically wholesome.
Tragically wholesome. Who would have thought? Dynamic duo, tragic and wholesome. God, normally I have like a day to marinate in my thoughts, but like I'm just so fresh out of this. I really like, so one thing, just discrepancy almost. I don't see why it was in black and white.
You don't see how?
Why?
Oh, why?
Like besides that it's supposed to be in the past, that was like my only thing, and I was like, this could have been in color. But that's such a minor thing. I don't it's not a negative per se.
Yeah, the film people just rioted outside your door.
I was like, it's just like, it's cool, but
it's more of a, when you see a movie that's black and white and they don't really have a reason for it, it's usually a creative decision. It's usually either the directors or the cinematographers.
Yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense.
So like if you think about like Zack Snyder, why was his movie black and white?
It looked good.
Exactly. So this is just about the same. You kind of take it as like it's just a creative decision. Yeah. That's usually when movies are black and white, 4:3, 5:3, anything like that, it's usually a creative decision.
Yeah. Sometimes I was like, some parts of me was like, Sometimes I was like, I like it that it was in black and white. I did like the thing they did. This there's actually some shots that are almost like one for one from I think it's an Italian movie, Cinema Paradiso, which is like, it's Buddy sitting in the seat watching the movie, and that's like straight from Cinema Paradiso. And I thought, oh, that's sweet. It's a good cinema nod, so I like that. But this is what the kid's name, Jude Hill. This is his first movie. I thought he knocked it out of the park. Did a good job.
The kid?
Yeah, it's his first movie.
Wow, good for him. Yeah, I think he did a great job.
Wow, look at that. Yeah. Wynn hates kid actors.
So I hate kid actors so much.
Yeah, I thought he was just he was very, again, wholesome and just like a cute little kid, and who was cared about his family and his parents and just everything going on around him. And he wasn't necessarily sure what was going on around him, but he was still just living his life. So I really like that
It's funny because it kind of gives me the same vibe as Jojo Rabbit,
a little bit.
just without the the whole Nazi
Nazis.
and him being a Hitler's friend and all that. But yeah, this kind of I think
More dramatic Jojo Rabbit.
what's his name? The guy the villain in Tenet.
Kenneth Broch.
Yeah, Kenneth, Mr. Broch. I think he did a great job directing these actors because I walked in there. I was like, yeah, he did terrible in Thor, Dark of the World, Dark whatever the it was called. And walking into this Dark World, and walking into this, I was like, wow, this is interesting.
Yeah, he does a lot of Shakespeare movies. There's one called Much Ado About Nothing, and it's got Keanu Reeves, Denzel Washington. It's such a weird movie, but I love it so much.
He strikes me as someone who likes.
But yeah, he's like
Theater.
in the movies too that he does. But I think that paid off here because it kind of works with the like Shakespearean kind of look or deal with it. So
This reminds me of what's not the Coen brothers, the guys that did Nice Guys. The comedy in this movie is something that I think is about similar to Nice Guys, where it's like it's kind of flat, it's sometimes out of nowhere. The comedy in this movie really is my favorite part of it.
It's real sweet. I really liked after going. So I got before we went and saw this. I went and saw Ron's Gone Wrong.
Yeah.
And like it's a kids movie, so it's a little bit different. But man, the comedy in that was just so like stupid. So it worked on me, but I'm like, man, I don't even think some kids would think this is funny.
It's not campy enough.
Yeah.
This one was just really weirdly adult. So-
Yeah.
And it was really funny. It was like this movie is definitely not for kids.
No.
There's a kid actor, you'd think it's like a kids movie, but the horrors that happen in this movie is far different from a kids movie.
The parents and the grandparents don't even have like names. It's just Ma, Pa.
Yeah, I
And like,
figured.
that's cool because I like that because it's supposed to be kind of from Buddy's perspective. Like he's Buddy from Belfast. So I really like that. I will say there was a negative thing of me seeing the trailer for this too many times. So I was like waiting for the scenes from the trailer. And I was like, when's this going to happen? When's this going to happen? But it was not too much of a knock, but it was funny.
Hey, they didn't say that they didn't yell Belfast.
They did. It
Sort
just
of.
wasn't as loud.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's not like the trailers.
Yeah.
It's far different from the trailers because I only remembered little clips of it.
Yeah, I mean, storytelling wise, I didn't piece together the story, so I'm glad. So they did a good trailer. That's
They
good.
didn't. The main actor, the father, I don't remember his name, but I've seen him in some real shit movies, man. There was this one with Captain Falcon himself.
Jamie Dornan.
Yeah, he was in this movie with Captain Falcon.
Oh, that's fucking Christian Grey from 50 Shades. Yeah.
He was really awful. I don't think I haven't really seen him in any good movies except for this one. So, and for the amount of time that he was in it, he did a good job.
Good for him.
Yeah, Christian Grey.
Hey, I'll say, I mean, 50 Shades, I mean, he's not, they suck, but like, they did okay.
Oh God,
They
what does
do.
that mean?
At least in the first one, they're so bad. I hate those movies so much.
I know the first one had effort.
Yeah,
Because the original creator was there, or not the original creator, but there was a woman in there that was like really passionate about that movie.
it's
So
like we gotta do this.
yeah,
God, I like blanked those movies out because I'm like, this is just so weird. Any like technical things that you really enjoyed, or like I said, the black and white, I did like it. I just didn't see why. Besides, yes, a creative decision, but
yeah, you can't knock on creative decisions. Once they like do
Yeah.
creative shit, like creative decision shit, you're like, well, fuck, I can't say shit
Yeah,
about
it's
that
like,
anymore.
well,
So, anything that I really liked, I guess just the camera work, the cinematography.
some of it in the beginning I didn't really like, but it got better.
Yeah.
The chaos of like the first riot that they showed was
Yeah.
kind of like I was like, this is a little too much. Like you're just setting up your movie. I'm like, but but then it gets better. So
Well, I think that's because like there was so much contrast there because there was a lot of people wearing dark clothes
I
and you
guess that
could
makes
barely
sense.
see the main
Well, that's why I'm
characters.
saying like black and white. I'm like,
Yeah, black and white usually has a tendency to be harder to make, even though you just
I
like
mean, I
pull the
no
saturation
doubt.
down.
I think they did a good job. I just think
Yeah, it got really
creative
jarring.
decision.
Yeah, it just got really jarring in the beginning, so I know what you mean. But yeah, it did get better. The cinematography
Yes.
did get better in like maybe about 10, 20 minutes in. I really thought that was really cool with how they were doing the perspectives. I think they had like the camera all the way
Oh,
close,
yeah.
and it was like I'm guessing that's a set, and they just had really bright lights because that shit is difficult to do.
Yeah, I could imagine now that I think about it. It would
Yeah.
be but I did really like Buddy is like almost in like any shot, even if he's not talking.
Yeah,
He's just
yeah.
there.
He's in a corner,
Or he's like through a little windowsill or like looking behind the stairs. So it's like it's
It is
cool.
like his perspective, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like hearing things, but he doesn't maybe he doesn't remember much of it.
Yeah, because it's like there's the one scene where on like Christmas they're like we're talking about England or whatever, and they kind of mentioned it before, and he kind of has like a very kid reaction, and I like that. Also, I thought his little crush he had on that girl was super cute,
Yeah.
and just so sweet. Like it's just wholesome. This movie's great.
Yeah.
On like just what this movie I kind of mentioned to you is about, and we kind of mentioned on like the immigration side of it, but I think this movie is really about like acceptance as like a child, even of like moving or change in life. I mean, that could be another thing, just changes, like the David Bowie song. But I really liked just the message you get through at the end. It was very the scene of that they had with Judi Dench of her just go and don't look back. I was like, oh, that hit. That was good. Like I've been emotional all day because of the two movies I saw before. Like I got emotional for no reason. I saw My Hero and I was like know nothing, but I was like, oh, that's so cool and sweet and like and then Ron's Gone Wrong. I was like, this is stupid, but and so I was already in an emotional state. I was like, this is
There were
good.
people crying in our
Yeah,
theater,
there was
too.
people like
They got teary.
I was like, that's good.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been a while since I've been.
Why didn't they have the same reaction in Spencer? You fucking
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, hey, Spencer wasn't for everyone. This one, I could say is for everyone.
This
feel.
was actually the first movie where I was just really enjoying myself because it was a really fun movie to watch. It was the cute scenes that are the little cute moments that I really liked was with the grandpa.
Yes.
Every time he's on screen, he's always so funny.
And he's such a grandpa.
Yeah.
I will say he kind of reminds me of my granddad who passed away. So that kind of got me in my feels, and just like the relationship he had with Buddy. I was like, oh,
it was
sad.
a cute little relationship. Like he was just telling him shit about how to be a man, and like teaching him like apparently he was really good at math.
With math and stuff. Yeah,
It was
super
really adorable.
sweet. Love it though.
This movie is definitely for everyone. The black and white you might be bothered by, just like.
But you know what? Get over it. That's two things in movies. I may be griping about it here, but if you don't watch movies because they're in black and white or a different language, I'm gonna say you're an idiot.
You're a writer. This, I will say, I don't think this movie would have worked in color. I think the charm of it was in the black and white.
Yeah.
The whole thing was, it just
It's
felt,
like 50-50 for me.
Yeah, it was. I think it was really cool. This was a really good creative decision that they had with the black and white. And I wish I saw this sooner because apparently this was in TIFF, Toronto Film Festival. I wish I saw it there because I bet a lot of people love this movie. So, and I'm probably gonna give it a good rating. So.
Well, let's get to the ratings. I will say before we get to the ratings, I definitely think this could be Oscar worthy.
Or international. Yeah, I was
Possibly.
thinking that, yeah.
Possibly. So let's get to ratings. Here,
This was Ireland.
Do two ratings. We do critical, we do entertainment. Critical, 1, 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. Win, what you got for critical? Go.
10.
10, wow.
Yeah, I didn't see any problems. No, I'm going to take that back.
I was like,
I'm going to
shit.
say 8.
8? Okay.
I'm going to say 8.
That's
There
about
was something in there that I didn't like, and that was like how small it was and how confined it was. But that's probably because of budget purposes.
Fair.
It's just.
I bet this had a pretty small budget now that I think about it.
Yeah. But they shot it in film, so they can't be that small.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna say 7.5. I did really enjoy it, but I just think there's been better stuff this year, and like it's on that 7.5 level.
I just like that this was for everyone.
That's fair. I mean, I don't feel like I would get that out of you a lot. So, but let's go to enjoyment.
10.
10
this time. 10. That's what I meant to say.
Okay, I will say 8.5.
You fucking cynic.
Nah, there's
You
just
cynical bitch.
I am. I see his shoes on the other foot now.
You cynical ass.
8.5. I just I don't know. I will attribute a little bit of that. I'll give it a 9 because I'll attribute half a point to me being at that theater all day. I was at there from 1 to 9:30.
Maybe you shouldn't watch anything before we criticize something, you know?
Well, I just gave it half a courtesy point. Mate, you know what? I'll just take it back.
A full point.
Back to 8.5. And it's just the enjoyment rating. It's not like it matters. Anyways, though, that's been a review for Belfast. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like it if you enjoyed. Comment down below. Have you been to Belfast?
If so, is it as charming as in the movie?
Yeah,
Probably
it's such a cute little town.
It's weird because it starts out in color, and I'm always like wondering, like, I thought it was in America for a second.
Yeah, that's one thing I forgot to say. I don't know if Kenneth Brahe is
I think he is.
Irish. I would maybe, but Van Morrison, who a musician, he was did the music for this, and he's Irish, so I was like, wow, maybe they got like a whole Irish crew, so I like that.
I think this was an Irish studio.
It was like North Ireland studio or something, so
Yeah,
it's the
and
whole
Focus
country.
Yeah, and Focus Features.
Yeah.
They've been killing it this year too.
Yeah, they've had some good stuff. They had like that one documentary, The Lost Leonardo. I was thinking about that the other day. I really liked that.
And that one movie about that man from New Orleans who was getting deported.
Blue Bayou.
Blue Bayou.
Yeah, they're all about the immigration and deportation this year. But anyways, though,
he was born in Belfast.
Look at that.
December 10, 1960.
Do you
His
think
parents,
that,
William
wait,
Brenna.
is this a biopic? Because he would have been about Buddy's age.
I don't know if it's a biopic, but he probably did base it off of his childhood.
Okay, I was about to say, because I was thinking about that in the theater. I was like, does this line up like age? Is this a true story? What's going on? So yeah, maybe he was like, this was one of his friends or something.
His dad's name was William Brenna and Francis. He has 2 siblings, William Brenna Jr. and Joyce Brenna.
Well, that makes the brother's name is Will. So this is okay.
It's close.
Now, look at that.
It's close enough.
We didn't know, but there you go. Anyways, though, like, comment, subscribe for more reviews like this. We've been the Continuity Crew. I'm Will.
I'm William.
That's Win. And today, this is the end of the episode. Thank y'all for watching. We love movies. We love y'all, and we'll see y'all in the next one.
Goodbye.